The latest wave of arrivals of refugees came from Syria and other parts of the Middle East last autumn. Austrians mobilized at train stations to extend the warm helping hands. I was so impressed then by this humane approach. I called Federal Chancellor Parlament to commend his compassionate leadership. We have a moral and legal, political obligation to help those fleeing war, human rights abuses, and persecution. Our commitment for human dignity is meaningful when we provide shelter, food, and warm welcome to families who have risked their lives in search of peace. I recognize the generosity shown so far by the people of governments of Europe to migrants and refugees, not least here in Austria. But I'm concerned that European countries are now adopting increasingly restrictive immigration and refugee policies. Such policies and measures negatively affect the obligations of member states under international humanitarian law and European law. I welcome the open discussions in Europe, including in Austria, on integration. But I'm alarmed, again, about growing xenophobia here and beyond. All of Europe's leaders should live up to the principles that have guided this continent. Divisiveness and marginalization hurt individuals and undermine security. When the arrival process is well managed, accepting refugees is a win for everyone. These are brave, resilient, and forward-looking people. They bring needed skills and energy to their new societies. I understand the difficulties and challenges. I fully appreciate and sympathize the enormity of challenges. I trust that Austria will continue to contribute towards the European Union's efforts to forge a truly cooperative approach to addressing these issues. The United Nations will persist in forging comprehensive solutions together with the European Union. On September 19th of this year, the United Nations General Assembly will hold an important summit to address large movements of migrants and refugees across the world and the need for shared responsibility. I have asked and invited Federal Chancellor Parlament to participate in this summit meeting in September. Next month, on May 23rd and 24th, we will convene the first ever in the history of the United Nations, the World Humanitarian Summit meeting in Istanbul, Turkey. Leaders will make a global commitment to ending the assault against innocent people and shared values. The World Humanitarian Summit should send a message of support to 125 million people in our world who are in immediate crisis. I count on Austria to engage in these important events and to reaffirm its proud tradition of openness and solidarity. This includes official development assistance. I was very encouraged to hear from Foreign Minister Sebastian Kurz that the Austrian government plans to dramatically increase its invaluable official development assistance. I thank you. Honorable parliamentarians, ladies and gentlemen, against the backdrop of great great suffering, we see proof that multilateralism works. Last week, on International Mother Earth Day, we broke a record for the highest number of countries to sign any treaty in one day, with 175 countries endorsing the Paris Agreement on climate change at the United Nations headquarters in New York. This builds on the historic vision of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development with 17 goals to enable all people live in dignity, leaving no one behind. This is a universal project. Even the richest country still have communities living in abject poverty. Even the most technologically advanced may exploit the environment. And even the most stable democracies struggle against racism, religious intolerance, and other forms of oppression. I count on Austria to create a national plan for the Sustainable Development Goals and take international action to help others advance. The United Nations bodies based here in Vienna will all support you. I also ask the members of the Parliament to ratify the climate change agreement, which was signed by 175 countries last week. President Fischer, honorable presidents of Parliament and members of the Parliament, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, to turn these ambitious plans into actual progress, we need your support. The members of the Parliament, and this is the place you hear the voices of people. You are the real representatives of the voices of people. You can raise their concerns at the United Nations, and as lawmakers, you can shape your society and Austria's influence in the world. I hope you will make the Sustainable Development Goals the foundation of Austria's development policies. And again, I'm urging you, you will ratify the Paris Agreement as soon as possible. 15 countries have already ratified on the day of signature. And I was very much encouraged that many countries have expressed their intention to ratify this agreement by the end of this year. We need 55 countries and 55% of greenhouse gas emissions accounting to make this climate change enter into force. We have no time to waste. I really count on your leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, as the parliamentarians, you can play a critical role in countering dangerous xenophobic narratives and building trust among communities. You can also help empower women. One of my top priorities as a Secretary, that's a top priorities of the United Nations. Without empowering 50% of this global population, we cannot expect the full realization of our potentialities. I'm delighted to be here on Twitter Talk or Girls' Day when you bring your daughters to work. I have a message to the girls in this chamber, audience, and around the world. Be a global citizen. Each and every one of you can make a difference. Seid Weltbürgerinnen. Be a global citizen. I count on your strong commitment and engagement. Honorable members of the Parliament, distinguished speakers, and Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, when I lived in Austria, I worked very hard, but I always had the sense of ease and comfort because Austrians have so much good cheer and goodwill. I never learned the perfect German, but I did master one word that summed up this feeling. Gemütlichkeit. It's very difficult to translate, but people understand that it speaks to a sense of acceptance, even coziness in social relations. For me, this is the essence of Austria. I count on you to build on your relations with the United Nations and your neighbors, near and far, to seize our global chance for betterment. It's your and our common moral and political responsibility to make this world better, where all the people, regardless of where you are coming from, ethnicities or religions, whatever difference one may have, we need to live with human dignity. That's what the United Nations is doing. I know that I'm very much conscious of criticism about the efficiencies or effectiveness of the United Nations. But this is the only universal international organization based on the Charter of the United Nations, respecting human dignity and human rights, and working for peace and security of the world, and providing a sustainable development for all the people. That is the organization which you need to nurture, you need to support. And as the Secretary General of the United Nations, I am committed to work until the very last day of my mandate as the Secretary General, to work with you, with the people of the world, to make this world better for all. I thank you for your leadership. Ich danke Ihnen für Ihre Leadership. And Dankeschön.